y'all, this is a tutorial on these cupcake wrapper flowers. I am showing you the supplies that you're going to need here. You're going to need, of course, a cupcake wrapper, two scalloped or round circles, punches like 1 inch, a pair of scissors, and some needle and thread. I'm showing you here to fold it on the flat part in half, flatten it out, and I'll show you from both sides how it looks once that's done. There's that view, and then the underside view. And you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut out that middle section there. And folding it just makes it easier to do that instead of cutting through a ruffle and doing it that way. It's just easier this way, I've found. And then that can just go in the trash. And then you're going to start by taking your needle and thread and just doing just a straight stitch all the way around. I do a couple stitches at a time and pull it through. You can see me weaving it in and out there. And you just pull it through. And I'm doing it in slow motion because it doesn't take that long to get around, and I want you to be able to see well, you know, how I'm doing it. Because I know I learn by visual teaching. I can just do better if I see it myself. When I get about halfway around, you see me starting to kind of gather as I go. You don't have to gather it a lot. You got to be real careful because it is paper. It will tear, of course. But it's kind of gathered a little bit. Then that way when you get around to the other side where you started, then it doesn't take as much gathering at that point. It just makes it a little bit easier. You can see me there starting to gather it up some. This definitely is not totally my idea. Of course, you've seen several people do these tutorials and make these flowers. One that comes to mind is Armin over at Happy Mail Queen. She doesn't sew hers. She gathers them, and she's so good at that. And I've tried it so much, taking the circle and glue and gathering it around, and I have no luck with that. So doing this sewing is the technique that works best for me. So that is what I'm doing here. And when you get to the end, you gather from the piece of thread that you're sewing with, and then the piece of thread where you started out, where you tie your knot, you kind of loosen it up and pull it out some and gather both of them. And then here I'm tying them together, and that will just give you, it'll just secure it for you. And I just usually do a double knot. And I'm not real good with real fine detailed work with my fingers. It takes me a little bit. But there, I think I finally got it. I'm getting ready to tie the second knot to this one. And then I'll cut off a little bit of the excess thread there. And you can just toss that aside, get rid of that. And then you have your flower. It's real easy. It doesn't take long at all. Now I'm showing you, I bought these at the Dollar Tree. And they're not quite as thick as the others. The others I had bought at Michael's, I believe. No, I'm sorry, A. Seymour, the first wrapper that I had there. I'm doing the same process with this one, but I am using 2 of the cupcake wrappers, and that way it's just a little bit sturdier and the thread doesn't tear through. Like I said, we're working with thread here, so you have to be really super cautious not to pull it through and tear. If you do, throw it away and start again. You know, it's not like they're real expensive or anything. That's what I like about it. It's not expensive, but there are so many pretty cupcake liners out there, and you can just make stuff for year-round. I mean, there's Halloween ones for Halloween, Christmas, winter, Valentine's, of course. So that's what I like about making these little flowers. They're just easy to make, and they're perfect for pocket letters. I'll show you at the end how they're not very dimensional. So, you know, it's really nice. Now, on the front side of this video, I showed you a picture of some different ones that I had made. Now, all of them are not from Cupcake wrappers. There's several on there that I did just from 6x6 paper pads, and I cut two strips of 6" by 1 1/4 inch, and then I scored them with my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and then I glued them together and made the made the rosettes that way. There are several tutorials out there. If you want me to do one, I'll be glad to, but I'm sure you can find one out there that will suit you. But like I said, if you want me to do one, please leave a comment and I'll be glad to. But those are super easy. I mean, I'll sit down and done this tray probably in probably less than 2 hours, probably more like an hour. More like an hour and a half, I would say. So I am, again, pulling out that front knot that I started with so I can tie these two together again. Being careful not to tear the paper and tying a double knot. These are really a lot of fun. Kind of relaxing in a sense, I guess. I find it easier when I'm making a pocket letter, flip book, or any project, that if I have my embellishments already made up, it just seems like everything flows a little bit easier, and it's just not as, doesn't seem as time consuming and laboring. So it's nice to have these little flowers made up, and then that way you can just add them to your projects and make them really cute. So I'm cutting the thread off there and showing you how cute it is, all ruffled up, both of them. They're even cuter than when you add the centers to them, which I'm getting ready to do here. I'll put a plain one on the back, and then I'll put one on the front, and it gives it a real sturdy feel. And then you can add anything else to the center that you want to. It also looks nice to stickle the flower. Gives it, that's what I've done to a lot of the ones I showed at the front of the video, and then I'll show them again at the end. I also put crepe paper. I gathered some crepe paper pretty much in the same fashion. I think I cut like a 14-inch strip and gathered it and put it behind the flower, and that's real cute as well. So many options to these that you can do. That looks really nice. And then I'm going to add a straw, paper straw to it. You can also use lollipop sticks. You can buy plain white ones, and you can also buy different colored ones. You can buy jeweled ones. I seen those yesterday, and they're really cute. But I have a feeling they're just going to go in the trash, maybe, especially if you're doing it like for a child's party. I definitely wouldn't use the ones that have jewels on them. Putting them in a pocket letter or something like that, it definitely would be worth it, because I'm sure the recipient would keep that and not throw it away. If they were really cute, I would have to use a coupon on those, because I definitely would not pay the full price for them. But they are pretty. And that's cute as well. I really like that. That yellow and white stripe, that yellow really matches perfectly the yellow in that cupcake liner. Give her a different look. And I'm not sure if I said this before, but I used the erasers, the Easter erasers from the Dollar Tree, to put in the center of some of these. I'm showing you there how they're not dimensional. I added some glitter to them. You can see there the little chick. and the little birdie. So there's the ones I made. Thanks, y'all. Please share, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.